Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Checkpoint Cinema Podcast. Here we talk movie reviews, general entertainment opinions, and everything in between. My name is Seth, and I'm your host today. I am joined by my fellow co-hosts, Christian and Khol. Hello, boys.
What's up, everybody?
Hello there. How's it going?
Just to be clear, the first voice you heard was Christian, second voice is Khol. So do you want to hop right into some small talk? It's been a while since we recorded this.
What do you think, Cole?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the small talk.
Okay, I'm going to start with mine.
Okay. I don't have any small talk, so I'm not gonna lie.
I just played and beat Cyberpunk. It is my newest obsession, and I've always been the kind of person to play a game, move on, but this one's got me wanting to do consecutive playthroughs, and my heart can't handle it right now, but I want to.
Did you play it when it first came out?
I tried to, but it wasn't a game that was very friendly when it first came out. Like, it wasn't friendly to the player experience. It wasn't one I was willing to torture myself playing.
Yeah, it was pretty buggy when I played it at launch because I bought it like first day it came out. It was pretty buggy at launch. I didn't have any bugs that like ruined my game. The bugs I had were just funny glitches.
Yeah. When I played the first time, it was fine. I just wasn't in the mood for it, so I gave it a chance, and later on, finally got into it.
Maybe I'll finally give it a chance.
You need to.
It's pretty good.
God.
I mean, I own it.
We talked about our favorite games, and that is one that I would add to my top 5 pretty easily now.
You got to make sure you pick up the Phantom Liberty DLC though. That DLC is so good, dude.
Totally agree. That is one where you get through the main game, and it's a complete experience by itself. Phantom Liberty adds so much to the game world. The total vibe of it is completely different, but it still feels right. So worth playing. But that's it for mine. I just wanted to gush about Cyberpunk because it's so good.
I guess I did have one I was thinking of. I've also been playing a game. I'm not very far into it, but I've been playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I was scared to play it, and I was scared I wasn't going to like it when I started because I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based games. I got through Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 was pretty good. I'm about like 5 or 6 hours into it now. And honestly, the story is really good. The combat, I actually like the combat. The combat gets addicting. This is a game that's one of those games where you kind of just, you lose track of time. You lose track of time when you're playing it. You just look and you're like, wow, it's already been like 2 hours. Like, I actually really enjoy the game.
I've only put a handful of hours into the game myself, and I basically just dropped it because the intro just took so long. It did feel repetitive for me, and I imagine it does get better once you get through the intro, but it just felt like it was dragging.
It's a game that I've been wanting to play for a very long time because no matter who I talk to about it, they say it is excellent. They say it's one of the best games I've ever played. It has so much hype surrounding it that I really want to hop into it. I don't really know a lot about it besides it being turn-based and everything you just said. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool thing that I was able to keep that sense of mystery.
Definitely a unique type of world. Like, there's a lot of, like, I don't think I've seen anything like this type of world. The lore they build in this game before. This completely unique premise. I've like, never seen anything before.
And I do totally understand what you're saying, Christian, about intro taking too long, and you can't really just hop into it and get in the nitty-gritty of it. Sometimes it'll kill it for me, too.
I understand games have to have the intro. Every game has different controls. Every game has a different story. Sure. You need to be able to tell it. And if you are new to a game, you're going to want to know how to play it. So when you have a game that, I don't know, the mechanics of the game, the core mechanics, like how to move, how to play and everything, it's the same across most games. So it's kind of frustrating to sit there through this super long intro when it's every same walking around, every same action button. Like, if you play video games, you know how to play it.
Exactly.
It doesn't require a long intro. And I guess that's where the story and the lore come in. But at that point, it goes for so long, you turn into a mash the A button through the talking sequences to get through it.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough one because there are definitely those games that take too long to kind of get the training wheels off. So one that because I tried to get you into Crusader Kings 3 at one point, and just very briefly, because I was like, you might enjoy this because you like Civ Rev and that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what, try it. It's not my cup of tea. When I tried to play that game for the first time, there's like, it gives you an option for tutorials, and it's like, okay, well, we've got like a 12-minute tutorial. It'll go over the very base stuff, or we've got a 2-hour-long tutorial. What would you like? I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll just do the 12-minute one. It's fine. I did not understand a single thing that was going on. And that's partially my fault because as it was giving instructions, I'm like, okay, I can skip this. I'll figure it out. I didn't
And then
figure
you're
it out.
like, how do I do that thing again?
Like, wait a
Where was
minute.
that menu at? I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough one.
And then you never go back to it because it's not worth it.
Which is too bad because I have a friend that he absolutely adores Crusader Kings 3, and he talks about his whole lineage and his house banner and how this happened, and it's some of the funniest things. I think it like legitimately how much you can enjoy D&D. I think it's a very similar experience in CK3. It wasn't for me because I rushed it.
You have to have the time and the patience for
It's
stuff like that.
exactly right.
And I don't. And that's why my recent experience is Pokemon Legends ZA came out.
I forgot.
I also forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
You were pretty excited for that.
I was. It came out the Thursday that I worked like 70 hours in 1 week.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
my wife was like super excited for the game to come out for me because she knew how excited I was. In the end, I was like, I guess I'll buy it and download it. And I started it up, had it running for like 5 minutes, turned it off. And it just wasn't the week. It was a very bad week for me. Ended up trying to get into it again like the next day, and I was like, my weekend's finally here. I'm gonna take the rest of the night off. I turned it on again, and I probably made it half an hour to an hour, and I was still in the intro.
Oh no.
And I was
Jeez.
like, this is awful. And I don't even know the story. I don't understand. It's something with a hotel. And I just started mashing A at one point and wasn't reading anything. And I know that's me. It's me as a gamer.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do long intros. ADHD can't handle it. So it just causes me to force my way through it, and by then it's not fun to play.
No, that's totally understandable though. Because I definitely have had those games that I've absolutely spoiled for myself because I'm like, well, I can stand to miss a few lines of dialogue, and then it's like, oh my god, what is happening? Like, I don't feel like a part of this game. It's just not it.
I think a lot of people, especially with Legends EA, expected it to be something else because it's called a Legends game, and Legends Arceus was such a big Pokemon
That's a
game.
really big title for a lot of people.
And a lot of people, it's one of their favorite. And it's not really for me. But a lot of those people were upset how much the game didn't necessarily align with what they thought they were going to get. I guess I'm not the only one that doesn't like it all that much. I've given it another shot. I've probably made it an eighth of the way through the game, gave it a couple more hours past the intro. Probably got like level 30 Pokemon. Still very noobish, and I don't think I've turned on my Switch to play it in probably 2.5 weeks at least. It's all about that Smash Brothers Ultimate, baby.
It really is. It's so funny because I'm like, man, I'm so tired. I get that text to play Smash Bros. I'm like, I could do it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in, god damn it.
It's so good. Kind of what you were saying about it being about the expectations of people. I think that segues really well into our topic for today. Today, we're going to be talking about, as long as you guys don't have any more small talk, actually.
No, I'm all good. I have a list that I really want to get into
Excellent.
here.
I also got a list I want to get into.
So, our topic for the day is going to be games that are underrated. Specifically, games that maybe we feel should have been given a more fair shot or given a little more, I don't know, just love. Because whether or not we like them necessarily, I think that they deserve more. We all have our own lists. We don't really know what's on each other's lists, so we're just going to kind of talk about it and go as naturally as possibly can. That said, anything's on the table. I did say games, I think, but it can be anything. We want to talk about it all.
I think most of us plan on doing games though.
Yeah, so whatever feels natural, whatever feels good. Let's just go with that.
Who wants to start?
I want to throw one at you because I think that I have probably the most controversial one.
You got
Maybe not the most controversial one, but I'm going to throw it at you. X Defiant. I think X Defiant was a really good game.
Help me remember what
That was
Defiant is.
Ubisoft's COD-like game.
Oh.
The one I made you play for a night. And then you're like, I mean, it was fine.
That's exactly what it was, though. It was just fine.
Okay, I'm not going to say that it was perfect, because it wasn't. I think that there was a lot of love that needed to be put into it. But with it being a free-to-play game, with all the progression that was in it, with all the different factions, with all it had going for it, it really could have been something special. It just, the way it presented itself seemed like a cash grab when really it gave you a lot more than you'd get from, say, buying major AAA games right now. They sell them for $60-$70 and then include a battle pass and all the other crap. You could actually naturally progress through it, and it's free to play. That to me was really cool.
I think the game was, I probably didn't give it a fair shot. I think it was just okay. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I did like that they had the factions from other Ubisoft games, like all the factions are based on other Ubisoft IPs. Like it was like the Assassins one and like the Watch Dogs one and the Far Cry people. I think that's a very cool premise of them using their IPs all in one game together. It was all right.
My honest to God opinion was that if they had played that game differently, like if they had actually built it up different, it would have gone so much better. Because I think they were trying too hard to make each of the factions uniform, have their abilities be like a hero shooter type game, like your Overwatch or your Siege, whatever. When it could have been its own like party game where like say the assassins move like they did in the Assassin's Creed games, and it could be like a hide and seek game between the assassins and like the Splinter Cell faction, something like that. Or it could have been a bunch of different things. There were so many options. Maybe like a defense mission where you have the Far Cry faction versus the Ghost Recon faction. That was one of them.
Yes, it was.
It'd be like your defenders versus your attackers.
That would have been cool.
Just something different, something that played more into the personality of each rather than feeling generic, maybe is the way I mean to say it, but it didn't feel that way to me, I guess.
Help me remember here, because how long ago did it first come out? I remember we played decently early on because you're the one that kind of urged us to download it and play it.
Because I was pretty excited about it since I heard about it.
And
Release date.
It was fine when it came out, but I feel like there was another like main game that we were hyper fixating on.
There was. And that's part of the problem with it too, is it released at a hard time. May 21st of 2024. That doesn't feel like it could be real, but yes, it is. When you take that into account, the game was really only online for a year. It shut down June 3rd of 2025.
I didn't even know it was shut down.
Yeah,
they shut it down.
They announced it shutting down in December of 24. It didn't do well, and that's when like the sweeping Ubisoft haters were everywhere. Like everyone was hating on Ubisoft, and I have my own opinions on that, but it's just that game suffered as a result, I think.
My people.
I don't get it. Ubisoft is a good company. They do some scummy things. I'm not going to try to defend that, but like, look at EA. I don't know.
I don't defend EA either.
I'm just saying. Ubisoft makes some risky decisions, we'll say, but I don't think there's anything that makes them especially bad comparatively.
I think they milk stuff too much.
I would agree with that.
And with that being said, I want to get into one of mine. I want you to take a guess. It is a Ubisoft game.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Is it
You're going to say Siege?
I'm not.
No, you're not going to say Siege.
Is it a Rayman game?
No. It is one of their token icons.
Is it Assassin's Creed?
Which one?
It's Assassin's Creed Rogue.
No.
Syndicate.
No.
Unity.
It's Unity.
I totally agree with you.
If you just name every single one, you'll get there eventually.
See, part of the problem with Unity is that it's been doing the whole thing behind that now has been that people are doubling back and being like, oh, it really wasn't that bad. It was a great game. I loved it the whole time. It was the reason why I upgraded to the Xbox One platform. Like, I wanted to play Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, I remember I still was on 360 at the time. I went to my stepbrother's house. He had an Xbox One. I remember I played Unity on his Xbox One, and I was like, this game is so fun. Like, that was the game that I got with my launch Xbox One is Unity. I really liked that game. It was extremely buggy at launch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was bad.
100% agree. I love the game, and it's probably my most played and hated on Assassin's Creed by myself. I would say so. Like, the hate ratio to the playtime ratio that I put in is probably the highest out of all of them, because, like, the other ones I played them, I loved them. I didn't have anything bad to say about them. Yeah. Unity, I did. And it really was just the bugs. Because you could go back and you could play it right now. It's a great game.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's just like we were talking about Cyberpunk earlier. It was the same thing. Like, it was broken on launch, and then eventually it's fine. It's great.
So I did a little bit of digging when I was doing my list. Apparently, the bugs were so bad at launch that they had like a battle pass system. Not battle pass, season pass. Back when for like DLC.
They had to release the Dead Kings DLC for free.
Yeah,
correct.
They did.
Then not only that, anybody that bought the season pass, they didn't give refunds.
Did know that too. That was a really big discourse as well.
But what they did end up doing was anybody that bought it could go ahead and then get a different Ubisoft title.
Oh wow, that's
Really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So if you bought the season pass, they went ahead and went, "Hey, we're so sorry our game is bad. You can have another Ubisoft
We'll give
game."
you in-store credit. How about that?
Basically. So they would let you pick from a different title within
That's
a
cool,
certain list, and that's pretty good on
think it's
Ubisoft's part. And throughout the years that it was out, they did fix it, and it is a good game now. But it's also a dead game because nobody plays the multiplayer, and it's been out forever.
Well, okay. Correct me if I'm
And
wrong.
if you do play, there's hackers. And
Well, I think the servers are offline now, aren't they? Like actual online servers?
so the last time I played, it's been a minute. They were still on, and this was a couple years ago at this point. So maybe they're down right this moment.
I feel like they're definitely down by now.
But I think you're correct.
I went back, God, it must have been middle of last year sometime, like middle of 2024. I went and actually 100%ed it because it's been on my list for a long time. It turns out that you can, in fact, get all of the co-op achievements single player.
Seriously?
Swear to God, you can get all the achievements single player.
Turn down other controller.
You don't even have to. You can play the co-op missions as one person. Like, it's so interesting.
Very memorable memory of that game of me like jumping off a roof to assassinate someone. And they were next to a bush, and I landed on top of them, and I assassinated them. Their body glitched into the bush, and it was like half in the bush, half hanging out. And I was like, bro, what is going on?
No, man, I have so many, because that's, when we first got the Xbox One and had all the capture system and everything. I still have so many screenshots of, like, being stuck inside buildings I'm not supposed to be. I had a game-breaking bug after I beat the game, after I had the Sword of Eden, the sword power up in the game, to where I couldn't use it. It wouldn't let me select it, and all of my weapons, like, up to a certain point, I couldn't use them. So I was stuck with, like, the Pee-wee weapons, to the point where I didn't even want to play the game anymore, because every time I faced an enemy, I'd get fucking stomped. It was terrible.
That's why I made the list. I don't know if it was on anybody else's, but I wanted to get that bad boy off first.
It was absolutely an honorable mention of mine, because I love that game. I waited years and years for that game. To add insult to injury, to add insult to injury, it and Assassin's Creed Rogue released the same day. I had Assassin's Creed Rogue, but playing that made me want Assassin's Creed Unity so much more. And so all I could do was sit there and think about it. I spent November through Christmas just sitting there like, I want Assassin's Creed Unity. I begged for it for Christmas, and I got it, so hey, it worked.
Another fun fact with that, before we move on to Cole's pick, is if you actually look up, what is it, Assassin's Creed Syndicate came after, and that one was actually pretty polished. They took their time because of Unity. Yup, that exact face. People don't like it.
That's the worst Assassin's Creed game.
I don't know about...
Not only do people not like it, but like people just straight up didn't get it.
No, yeah.
And it was like a direct correlation. They blame it on Unity that people didn't get it.
I get it. I understand it. But I was so excited for Syndicate because of Unity. I got it, and it was... it did not feel like a good Assassin's Creed game.
I didn't think it felt like an Assassin's Creed game,
No,
personally.
totally agree.
That was definitely something.
It felt more like a Mafia game than it felt like a Assassin's Creed game, in my opinion. I don't know.
I have a game. I don't know if either of you guys have played it. It's one of my favorite games I played in the most recent years. I think it's heavily underrated. Days Gone on the PS. It came out on the PS4.
I haven't played it.
Days
Also.
Gone.
People were really crapping on that game.
Yeah, and it's not a bad game. The story is really good. The voice acting is really good. I really like the gameplay and the combat of the game. I know a lot of people hate the game for some reason. I don't understand why.
So I think that was in the big wave of, like, the reason why I don't really trust reviews and I don't really give much stock to general opinion on games anymore is because of games like that where it releases. It absolutely gets review bombed, and then a year or two later, people double back and they're like, wow, it's really underappreciated. It's a great game. It's one of the best I've ever played. And then they die on that hill. It's the same thing that's happened with a couple other games that I'm not going to say right now because they might get mentioned, and I don't want to jump into that conversation in this moment. But I hate that, doubling back. It's like, if you didn't like it in the first place, why do you like it now?
I honestly, I remember I was at GameStop or something, just looking at games, and I saw games Days Gone on sale for the PS4, and I'm like, you know what? I'll check it out.
I did the same thing. I bought mine for $13 at a used game store.
And I'm like, I'll check it out. I start playing it. I'm like, wow, this is a really good game. I like this game.
I was going to say, I've heard that, like, Deacon, the main character, that's his name, right? Deacon?
Yes, Deacon is the main character.
I've heard that, like, he's really good, and pretty much the entire story is, like, an absolute knockout.
It is. I say the only thing that kills the game a little bit. Doesn't for me because I like long games. Is it took me like 50 hours to complete the story. It was a long game.
So for someone that hasn't played it like myself, like what makes it underrated then? So what exactly, like,
'Cause-
was it review bombed? Is
Yes,
that what you
it
said?
was pretty bad, yeah.
People were
like how bad?
Maliciously.
Yeah, people
Like,
were saying it was like one of the worst PlayStation games that ever come out. They were just dogging on the game, saying it's so bad. Everything about the game's bad. The acting's bad. The combat's bad. Everything. The graphics are bad. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
So was it anything similar to like Cyberpunk or Unity where it was just like bad kickoff, or were people just preemptively hating on it?
I'm sure it had its problems, but I think it was more like, this is a big empty world. There's nothing to do in it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those.
Essentially.
And that can be a problem in itself, too. And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I mean,
I haven't played it, so I can't vouch.
I'd say there might be a bit of that in the game, but the story for me just takes the game away from me. All the negative reviews, I'm like, I don't understand why you guys are hating on this game.
Well, I don't know how credible this is. In my opinion, be damned. IGN rates it at 6.5 out of 10.
That is such a... It's IGN.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
When we upload this on IGN's T-shirt podcast, we're
It's a
trashing
9 out
on
of 10 on Steam, so it has to be pretty good. It's got to be somewhere in the middle of that, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
At the very least.
I don't trust an IGN review, bro. But it's definitely not a 6.5. It's at least an 8.5. 8.5 game for me.
A lot of things I'm seeing right now, because I am looking this up, say it's like a 9 or so rating. Like, everyone's saying, like, it starts really slow, but if you give it a chance.
I'll hate it.
No, that's why I brought it up, yeah. No.
Yeah, dude, the story starts off really slow. At points, it feels like the story is dragging on at the beginning. But once you hit a certain point in the game, it's like a train. It just starts going and going and
for
going.
some games, that's essential, though. I think that you need to build some games, especially in a zombie apocalypse game. I mean, a slow start's not bad.
I mean, well, like, no spoilers. The story starts off with just Deacon and his people. They're just trying to survive. That's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to live their lives, surviving in the apocalypse. And then the story just expands in a different ways, and just, you weren't expecting this, and there's all this new lore that they drop on you, and it's like, whoa, like, this is crazy. This changes everything. Like,
So I feel like we cut you off at one point. Did you have something you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But I will cut you off and go into my next topic. Sucker. That's why you gave me the floor, and I'm going to take it. So, I know Cole doesn't like this game. And I'm not going to say I loved it, because it's not true. But it's damn close. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Thank you.
oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
dude.
It's on my list, too. Thank you.
Everyone hates it, and it's specifically everyone hates the ending. I swear to God, if you take a drink of that water during my talk again and choke again.
He started choking because I was watching him drink.
I know he was. And I almost couldn't stop laughing myself.
Okay.
But Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I get it. It's repetitive. But being able to play every single squad member and each person has their own different moveset, how can you really say it's repetitive if you are able to swap between everybody? And the ending, like it or not, and I didn't play the DLC. I know. I understand the DLC, and they basically like rewrote what they had in the original ending, which, like I said, I haven't played it. So it's kind of like, man, that sucks. Because I was one of the few people that liked the ending of Suicide Squad. I understand where everyone's coming from to a point, but it good.
Received relentless hate.
Good.
I totally agree with you. I think, because I did play the DLC, I actually have played through most of the post-launch stuff, and they made a huge mistake in so many areas, but I don't think that it means the game itself is bad. So the biggest thing they did, Rocksteady themselves, they did the whole from the creators of the Arkham games, and they rode that horse till the day it released. And even in the game, it feels like they're just trying to say, oh yeah, remember when we made the Arkham games?
Yeah, a lot of the mechanics are similar too. I mean, the grappling hook that Harley Quinn gets, it's because it is Batman's grappling hook.
But they use it as a crutch to sell their game, and then when the gameplay and the actual stuff in the game wasn't at all like it, people hated it because of that.
I honestly don't think the game should have been set in the Arkham universe.
I think I agree.
I think that they should have made Gotham Knights in the Arkham universe and made this game out of the Arkham universe. So just swap them. It being in the Arkham universe just tarnishes the Arkham universe, in my opinion.
I don't know if I could say that. I think that the retcon they did in some areas was kind of goofy.
The retcon of, actually, there's an entire world of superheroes. The Justice League actually exists. It's not just Batman.
But to be fair, though, in the Arkham games, they actually do reference like Superman, the Flash.
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, they do it through like the Riddler challenges and stuff, don't they?
Well, in Arkham City and Arkham Knight, there's actually like the thugs as they're walking around, they'll actually say like, "Good thing we're not in Keystone because at least we can see Batman coming," because they're referencing the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they're like, "Oh, you see that freak from Metropolis?"
I guess I never even thought about, never realized that
I've
stuff.
played so much of those games. It's actually nuts. But there are references to them otherwise too. Absolutely.
I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say, Seth,
know.
but Cole, you have a big issue with it being in the Arkham universe. I actually love that it's in the Arkham universe
Interesting.
because I feel like they've beaten the Arkham universe to death. In the sense of you can only make the same game so many times. And you could argue, it's a different story, and this one was in the prison, and this one's in the city, and this one's the Origins, and this one's Arkham City, and
I totally agree.
it is the same game over and over and over. And I liked every single game I've played, and I've played all of them except for City all the way through. I think I was okay with them having the original ending the way they did.
The Arkham series was getting tired.
Exactly.
I think by the time Arkham Knight came out, like the game was great. That's the most polished way to play Batman. That's why the Batmobile is such a controversial topic in that, because people didn't like how much it was used. But how do you keep your main character fresh when there's not much more you can really do with them? You add a car. I mean, you add a whole different game mechanic to make the game fresh. But
otherwise, you're putting out the same game.
Exactly, and that was part of this topic too. Is like Arkham Knight got kind of review bombed in that way too because people didn't like the Batmobile. And it's not one that was on my list. I just wanted to bring it up right now.
I guess not to completely hate on Suicide Squad. There is one thing that, since it's an Arkham universe, I actually do love about the game. I love the one where you're in the Batman Museum and you're replaying all the events from the previous games. Like they have like the little posters, like the little the standout little cardboard people that are talking about the previous events of the previous games. That is cool to try to catch people up who haven't played those games. I did like that they were like...
Not even just that. In that section, you're being stalked by Batman.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
You get to feel the other side of it.
Yeah, it's so cool because you watch each team member get taken down throughout the course of this little roller coaster ride that is this museum. It's so cool.
And you have the best Batman there.
And Kevin Conroy.
Rest in peace to that man.
But no, that game in general, like the combat and everything, I really don't have a lot to complain about besides the fact that there wasn't more to it. I really enjoyed how satisfying the combat was.
I guess my complaint, a reason that I have so much disdain for the game, is the story and the combat were pretty good. It is more the end game.
Oh, totally agree.
And
no real end game.
The end game and the live service aspect. That's what I hate. Especially because the end game is like you just fight Brainiac a bunch of different times, but he actually has the powers of each Justice League member. It's like, dude, this is the same boss fight I just did in the story.
Oh, see, you guys ruined it for yourself. You tried doing the post-game stuff. I beat the story and then I stopped.
You're like, well, I guess he's just, 12 other versions of him. What are we going to
do? Oh, darn it.
Shucks.
No, in reality, I beat it, and then I think there was just other games I was in the middle of playing, or...
I think you made the right choice.
It sounds like I did.
Don't get me wrong. I actually legitimately think that each character that released after post-game was really fun to play as. Like, the four.
I think it was cool that they added Deathstroke.
So they added Deathstroke. I actually paid money for him. I'm not proud to say that. I did.
Deathstroke. They added Joker.
They did add Joker. He was really fun, too. Mrs. Freeze. It was an alternate version of Mr. Freeze. And
that girl with like a jetpack or some shit.
Yeah, it's Deadshot's daughter.
Yeah.
I never played as her. She's the one that I haven't unlocked, and I don't really have much ambition to. They were all really cool.
I did think it was weird how they brought back Joker, but he's like, actually, he's from a different universe. He's not the Arkham universe.
Say what you will, I think that was one of the coolest things.
Really?
In the post-game stuff, yeah, because he was silly, goofy, haha, not like, Arkham crazy. And it was a cool, different take on Joker, and it fit with the tone of the rest of the game. I mean, no matter how you look at that game, it's a piece of satire. It's saying, oh, your heroes always win. They didn't win this time.
Exactly.
Except for on the ending when they're like...
And that was...
Actually, the Justice League never died. Brainiac cloned them, and they were on his ship the entire time.
And that only bothered me because they made that decision because of the massive backlash they got from the community.
People like Khol.
Yes.
Hey, bro.
And then by the time that they actually got to the end, there was like 2 people playing. What does it matter? Just stick to your guns.
Sadly, a lot of companies do that.
Yeah, I know.
Nowadays.
I didn't like the way that they killed off Batman, especially because it was that portrayal of Batman. It just felt like a disrespectful way of killing him off, especially because it's Kevin Conroy.
I don't agree.
Really?
I don't either.
I don't agree. I think it was a good send-off.
I feel like that shows he was human.
See, the whole storyline, we probably should move on from this topic, but...
it was just that good of a video game. That underrated.
When it comes to Arkham Batman, I actually do feel like Kill the Justice League was the perfect ending to a story, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I love those games. Yeah, but I think he deserved better, but I don't think that it was bad, because they showed that he kind of slowed down. He got to a point where he wasn't the myth that he once was. He ended up becoming a human. He ended up having a team, having a bunch of people in his corner, and he got to a point where he got taken control of. Now he's a monster again, and he has to be put down.
But then they brought him back at the end.
Let's be honest, Batman would have wanted them to bump him off like that.
If there was no bringing him back, which is what they established prior to that. Even Harley Quinn was like, I mean, have to.
Bang.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, do you want to hit your next one next, or do you want me to go? Want to rock, paper, scissors for
shoot.
it? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck. Okay.
And we got a winner.
All right.
We got a winner.
So, it's a classic game. I think it's classic. Sunset Overdrive.
Another game I've never played.
I hear great things about it. Like, I've heard that it's a really good game. I don't know much about it.
I don't really know how to explain it.
Well, it's a parkour shooter.
Kind of. You get to like grind on rails and stuff like that.
Oh shoot! I think I have played it.
Yeah, it was a
bad game.
It was an Xbox One exclusive.
Was it like a Xbox Gold game?
I think so.
It might have been.
And they fought like these like zombie creatures. I can't remember what they were.
Yeah,
I can't remember the game in so
wasn't
long.
it like they drank a certain soda and it infected everyone, and then they were just like orange goopy monsters?
Yes, they drank this. I think the drink was like Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played the game in years. I can't remember much about it, but like no one ever talks about this game, and I thought it was a pretty solid game, especially because it was an Xbox exclusive game.
What I remember playing of it, I remember that the parkour and shooting was like individually pretty good. I didn't enjoy the shooting that much because it didn't feel very satisfying because I couldn't keep my parkour combo going while I was shooting. That's a me problem, not the game.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're just not good.
My brain couldn't handle all of it at once, and I would have to stop, roll on the ground, and shoot, and then get back to parkour when I started losing health so I could heal up.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. With a game like this, and the fact that you don't even remember it very well, I feel like it's not underrated. And I feel like it is what it is. I mean, it was just a mid-tier game, and
yeah, your opinion sucks. Actually,
it's okay that it slips into the past.
All right,
and it goes away.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this? Spider-Man 3, the game.
The PS2 game?
You could say the PS2 game or the Xbox 360 one.
I played the PS2.
The Xbox 360 one is the one I was specifically talking about. They're basically the same game, made on completely different engines.
They had like the lizard people?
Both of them do.
Okay.
They're pretty much the same game. The PS2 one had a couple more villains. Like you could fight it was Morbin time in the PS2 version. You could fight Morbius.
I remember that. I have the PS. I do have the PS2.
That doesn't happen in the 360 version, but the 360 version adds a like whole crime system where there's a bunch of different factions that you can fight against, and everyone hated that game because, admittedly, the whole world looks like it's made of clay, and there were a lot of QuickTime events. That's where the whole meme of "I'm gonna die" started.
I'm gonna die.
That's what that game is.
That's the game. Yeah, that's the game.
And he dives forward, just falls face.
Yeah, I love it.
Is that when like the building's on fire?
Yeah,
and
that's the very beginning. There's a terrorist group threatening some building, and as Spider-Man, the whole tutorial takes place in that building. At the end of every mission set piece, there is a QuickTime event. I actually think that game did it well. There are actually consequences for failing it too, and that's cool. You just restart the QuickTime sequence, but still, I enjoyed that because I like the variation animations.
I like that Toby actually voiced.
I'm not going to say the voice acting was great, but it was enjoyable.
It was. I'm happy that Toby did it himself, but it was bad.
Well, that's like Kirsten Dunst reprised her role in that too.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I can't remember if that was the one, or if Spider-Man 2, the one where they're on the rooftops and the lady lost her purse. If you know what I'm talking about, the clip of "I'm here to save you," and he tries to get her off the roof, and she's like, "Wait, I left my purse. It's on a different rooftop. And he's like,
yes, how many rooftops have you been to?
how many rooftops have you been to? What
I
do you?
think that's Spider-Man 1, isn't it?
I can't remember. It's one of those. It's one of those Tobey Maguire games. But it's like he's like, "What are you? Are you going on a rooftop scene tour?" And she's like, "Yes." Like,
That's exactly it.
That's so dumb.
you ever left your purse on a rooftop? Yes. On a different rooftop from this rooftop? Yes.
To sum it all off for Spider-Man 3, specifically the 360 version, because it's been 15 plus years since I played the PS2 one. 15, oh my god, more than that. Wow, that's nuts. There were a lot of different side quests and stuff like that in the 360 version that actually really outbeat the normal story beats that Spider-Man 3 followed being a movie tie-in game. You could do the Scorpion quest where he's turned into Scorpion and you kind of go through like getting revenge for him and figuring out people that wronged him. There's Kingpin. There's the actual tried and true classic Craven Hunts the Lizard in New York. That game. Oh.
See,
so
I've
good.
never actually played the 360. I played the original PS2 version.
The PS2 version was pretty good too, but it felt very dated.
I don't remember much of the PS2 because I haven't played it in probably like 20 years.
Well, part of the problem is that it followed Spider-Man 2, most legendary Spider-Man game of all time, and Ultimate Spider-Man, which is also a really amazing game.
Ultimate Spider-Man, dude, that game is arguably the best Spider-Man game.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Ultimate games in general are very good.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction, that one's pretty good too.
That one was almost on my list for this too. I'm not going to talk about much, but like Ultimate Spider-Man and Hulk Ultimate Destruction just didn't sell because they released at the wrong time. Different circumstances, but...
Should have put Ultimate Spider-Man 2 on there, dude. That game is so good.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man was great.
Every time I think of that game, I just think of the Rhino, two scenes. The Rhino chase scene when you're
so
chasing Rhino, and then when
Fighting Carnage.
And I also know when you're playing as Venom and you're fighting Wolverine in the bar.
Yeah, there's so many like keynote sections to that game. We're getting off topic here, but I love it. Okay, that was mine.
I'll jump in.
People hated it. I'm sorry. I didn't even touch on that. People really hated Spider-Man 3 because of being part of the Spider-Man 3 lineage.
No.
That's more or less what it was. It gets memed on all the time.
With 3 options left, and I'm unsure of time, I think I'm going to pick my favorite out of what we got here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give you a newer game, Civilization 7. And I know you guys...
I knew you were going to say something Civ related, dude.
I know you guys don't play the Civ games, but I'm a big fan of Civilization. And ignoring Civ Rev, which is one of my top ones, I have a dumb amount of hours in Civ 5. And I do got to say, I don't think Civ 7 gets close to Civ 5, which is why it got review bombed. And if you look at anything online about it, it's just completely dogged on. I don't know. I've played it. I don't get it. I like it. Some of the mechanics aren't ideal compared to like what I like in the previous ones. But I don't think it's enough to like get angry and not play and throw a fit over.
So help me out. How is Civ 7 different than the rest?
Man, it's been a minute since I've played it.
Oh no.
So I hope I get this right and not ripped apart. So some of the just like core mechanics of the game and the way you can win as far as like diplomacy and war and interactions between other civilizations, they're just little tweaks. I wouldn't say little. There's slightly bigger tweaks compared to like Civ 5, where everything feels a lot smoother with Civ 5. I don't want to say simplified because Civ 5 is very much like there's a lot to it in the game, but I think Civ 7 kind of overcomplicates stuff more than it needs to, and that's part of the reason I think people have an issue with it.
I've only played Civ Rev, so I don't really know like the difference between any of the games or how big of a difference it is.
Well, I think for reference right now, Civ 7 probably has like a 50% or like 60% mixed review rating on Steam.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oof. And if you go look at Civ 5, it's probably high 80s, low 90s. It's a pretty drastic difference in the community. And to be honest, I don't get it. It plays just like a Civ game, and just like a Black Ops game, you can't just release the exact same game over and over and over. You have to change something, and people hate when you change stuff.
I feel like it's so weird because you have to sit in one camp or the other, right? Either you release the same game, you piss off those people, or you release an entirely new game that's different, has different features, and people are mad at you for that. What's the right answer, right?
There's not one.
Don't release a game, easy. Portal 3, we're looking at you.
To be 100% honest, like I'm definitely part of the problem when it comes to that, because like I was so excited for Black Ops 6, and then I felt like they changed too much, and it was just like, hold on, I was asking for this game, but in reality, I just wanted to go home and play Black Ops 3. So
Yeah, that's valid.
I do get it. I'm part of the problem, and I think that's just the reason Civ 7 got so review bombed. Was just people like that. That was mine.
So I got two more I want to talk about. I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about the second one, but I'll go with my first one choice. The first one. Now this game doesn't necessarily have bad reviews, but I never hear anyone ever talk about this game. And honestly, I know that I think about it, it probably should have been in my top 5 games. How obsessed I was with it. It was Aliens versus Predator from 2010.
Is that the one with the online multiplayer?
It is the one with online multiplayer.
That's okay. Wait, is that the one I've played with you? Because am I thinking of? No, it's Aliens versus Predator. Yeah. Okay. I know what game you're talking about.
The online multiplayer where you can play Alien, Predator, or Marine.
The Marines, yeah.
I never hear anyone talk. Like, the game got decent reviews. I never hear anyone talk about this game, though, especially when they talk about the Alien or Predator franchises. No one ever brings this game up in the conversation. And I'm like, dude, this is like the perfect representation of both of these franchises coming together. I think it is extremely cool how they had Aliens and then, you know, the Colonial Marines, which are all part of the Alien universe. And then they added Predators in there because the Predators and Colonial Marines don't cross each other. They don't intermix because the Colonial Marines are only with the Alien films. And I just thought it was cool that you had the 3 different factions being able to play as them. And there was even 3 separate campaigns for each of them. I was obsessed with this game. I remember when I first found out about it, I didn't ever seen anything online about it. I walked into a GameStop and I just saw it on a 360 on the shelf, like 360 game on the shelf, Alien versus Predator. And I'm like, what the heck? I never even heard about this. No one's mentioned this. It didn't. Like, this is nowhere online, and I love both of these universes, so I'm gonna get this game. My dad bought it for me, took it home, and I'm like, wow.
I don't know story or anything outside of that, but online multiplayer for that game. To make this a little personal, I feel like a majority of our friends had it at one point or another, but I think in the end, only me and you actually played it together, Cole.
Yeah. I only ever played it once, maybe twice, and that's because you asked me to once it became backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
It was actually like a lot of fun.
It is an incredible amount of fun. It was really annoying when you're playing as the Marines and you get absolutely abused by the aliens, the Predators.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. But
I think my favorite thing from the game was the executions, how you like.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say too.
Yeah,
yes.
Dude, like.
It was so good.
I think one of my favorite ones is when you stun someone as a xenomorph, and then you hit him with X, and he stubs the tail into their stomach, and then pulls them forward and drags their tail through their like intestines, and it's just there's so much brutalness in the game. It was so good.
Man, that's what you want your 11-year-old to play.
All right. I like I said, I always had a love for those franchises. I watched those movies when I was younger. Probably shouldn't have watched Alien and Predator when I was younger, but you know, that's a story for a different day. But I saw the game on the shelf and I'm like, I didn't hear anything online about this game. I still to this day don't hear anything online about this game unless you go look up specifically Alien versus Predator game from like 2010.
It is one that I never really heard much about. I knew it existed, if that makes sense. Like Aliens vs. Predator, I feel like it's just always existed.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of there. Nobody really talks about it. It's kind of just left stagnant.
But like this is like the perfect representation of the Alien IP versus the Predator IP. Like this game meshes them so well together. And one thing I like about spoiling the campaigns is all 3 of the campaigns, the Marine, Alien, and Predator, they all interconnect with each other, and they connect with each other. Like things that happen in this Predator one affect the Alien campaign and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. It's like you're playing 3 parts of the same story just from different perspectives.
I think it's a good way to do storytelling.
The online multiplayer, we probably played it like in 2012 or something, so 2 years post game or something. It took like 5+ minutes to find matches.
Yeah, see, it's so hard.
Brutal.
Honestly, when I used to play it back in the day by myself, there was a lot more private matches. You could find a lot of easier private matches. So I used to play a lot of private match lobbies. No one was searching online.
Truly was an underrated game. It had a lot of fun with it.
That I only played it once or twice, and I agree with you. I had a really memorable and good time playing it. Moving on.
What you got for us, Seth?
I also have 2 options, so maybe we do one more round. Because I think we all had more that we want to talk about, right? Okay. Then we're going to do that. The next one I want to talk about, it's not because it's kind of the same thing that you were talking about. It's not that it got bad reviews. It just didn't get talked about very much. The Crackdown series.
Ooh.
They're so good.
Is there a particular one you're thinking of?
Okay, so my favorite of them is Crackdown 1. But I think that Crackdown 2, if we're going with the theme of like it got review bombed, Crackdown 2 got relentlessly hated on for no reason.
So did Crackdown 3, honestly.
Crackdown 3, I think that they promised it so long ago, and you were supposed to have like destructible buildings, and they made a lot of promises they couldn't keep due to technical limitations of the time, especially for it being an online game. I get it, but it still kind of felt like, well, what if we had gotten that? That one I kind of understand, and I played it. It was good. It was a meh experience.
It had Terry Crews in it.
It did. It did have Terry Crews in it. I don't think that made it better necessarily. I like Terry Crews.
I don't know if it's Crackdown 2 or 3. One of them probably made it well over like 2+ years downloaded on my Xbox without ever playing it.
Oh, no.
So,
They're so good.
well, that was the discussion. And they're multiplayer, right?
Yes, they're co-op. Crackdown 3 did come out with a PvP mode.
So I guess I don't know which one I actually had, but I'm pretty sure it was you, Seth. It was you wanting me to download it.
It probably was, yeah.
And,
That's right.
And then just nothing ever came of it. And then I never deleted it. So I just had it forever. I think it's gone now.
For reference, I bring up Crackdown 1 specifically because I only ever found that game because it was free with gold. It was like one of the first, if not the first, games with gold. So I got it for free, however old we were at the time, early teens. And me and one of our mutual friends downloaded it, and like a night and day, we were playing it like summer break. And I looked forward to playing that game all the time. Be damned with the actual quest and stuff. We would just venture around the city, get the agility tokens on top of the building. And like we weren't high enough agility to make it up these buildings, but we'd use each other's as like a way to jump up. So he would like jump me up, and then I jump off his head, and so we'd get up that way. We'd have to like knock something down or put a car in front of it, and then we could get up. It was so much fun to just explore for hours for no reason. We could have just waited and done it then. But it was just one of those games that you hop into, you enjoy because you can. There's no other reason. God, so good.
Wouldn't know. Never actually started it. Never played with me.
If you download it tonight, I'll play with you tonight. I swear to God. I love Crackdown.
Oh, darn.
I'm ready to go.
It's not installed anymore.
Oh, brother. Crackdown 2, because I'm going to jump to this just because it was poorly received. I just remembered that. People didn't like the tone change of it because the first game was like, oh, you're in the middle of this thriving city. There's rival gangs and you're part of this peacekeeping agency. Like, that was really cool. But the second game's like, it's all a conspiracy. The agency's actually against you. They created the zombies that walk around the street now, and you're in basically the slums of what was once, whatever the city's called. I can't think of the name of it. It became a whole different thing where they actually show technological advances. There were helicopters in this one, if I remember correctly. One of the coolest things ever was one of my friends showed me, if you looked directly straight down against a wall and threw one of the tethers at yourself, you could connect it to yourself. And so what I did was I connected one to myself and one to a car. And so basically I just run around whipping the car at my enemies. It was so stupid, but it worked. It was just a fun sandbox game. If you haven't played and you have access, please do. And that's it for me. That's all I got.
I don't remember who went before you. I think it was me, wasn't it?
It was Khol and then I went.
Oh.
So too now.
I feel like my last two options aren't great.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not with that kind of energy. It's not.
Well, the issue is, I'll tell you the first one. It's NFL head coach 09.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
brother, I don't know if I have input.
I have played that game.
You have?
Like,
Oh.
I don't know if it was 09. I played a head coach game before, though.
I think it's the only one.
I
If it's not the only one, it's like the second one ever.
Uh-oh.
I actually own a head coach game on the PS2 at my mom's house. I don't remember what game it is, but
Okay, break
It's
it
one
down
of
for
them.
me. What do we got here?
It's literally like you are the head coach of an NFL team, and NFL head coach 09, to my understanding, came out with the Madden game 09. So like it was a separate game, but you could buy I think you could buy it like as a bundle. And so you could have both. And this game is literally just doing like the drafting of your team and the signing of free agency. And you can design plays, like literally go to the practice field and like put this guy here, put this guy
That's
here.
actually so interesting.
But you don't play the game; you watch the game.
No, right,
you
right,
like
right.
you literally sit on the sideline and you like.
Well, it's
you-
NFL real-time strategy.
Pretty much, it's a strategy game. So like you literally would just like, oh, I want to run a halfback dive, click, and then you watch the CPU do it. You don't play at all, and a lot of people don't like it because it's not you
not actively
playing.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to get into that one because I'll be honest, I'm really surprised you even knew what it was, Cole.
I think I have it on
We had
PS2.
some I like that we went on this tangent of kind of obscure games. That was cool.
The other one, though, and we don't have to get too much into this one either, but I never played these when they first came out. For reference, Battlefront 1 and 2 EA versions.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
I never played them when they first came out because in my heart, Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2 was...
It still is the best Battlefront.
Yeah.
He's like, no, hang on, hold just.
Well, I was questioning whether or not it was the PlayStation 2 or not, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yes, it was.
And I loved the old games, and when the new ones came out, I just had no interest. But within the past couple of years, the Star Wars kick really hit in for me, and so I started playing the story, started playing the multiplayer, and at least on Battlefront 2, I know for a fact the multiplayer is still going.
It is. It's still popping.
It actually had a big resurgence.
It did have a big resurgence. People.
That's when I started playing again.
Yeah, it was very dead for a while.
People are waiting. Want EA? They're like telling EA, just make a Battlefront 3. We're gonna buy it. You make easy money.
That was a really controversial one upon launch, though.
It was. It was because
which is why it's on my list.
Yeah, it was because of one thing EA did. They wanted to be money hungry. They had pay to win in the game. Probably the worst pay to win you could ever see. So, in the game, there's these things called star cards that you upgrade your character's abilities. So let's say you're playing Darth Vader, your force choke ability chokes people for like 10 seconds. It could get star cards, and it would go to like 15, 20 seconds, and it would like increase damage, stuff like that. And I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the exact way it was, but it was like you could upgrade these characters with star cards, make them better.
But the fact that you could pay for it is
so crazy. Yeah, then you could buy these loot boxes that would give you randomized star cards. So if you had the money, you could just buy like $200 worth of star cards, and your Darth Vader is automatically done better than anyone else's Darth Vader because you bought it. It was more pay to win than Black Ops 6. Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3.
I know what you mean.
Black Ops 3's weapons from the black market.
Like, that was rough.
Like, those were pretty pay to win, but the Battlefront 2 was even worse.
I know this is off topic, but I love loot boxes.
I do too.
And I know it's 100% the gambling addiction that I have. But
because I was going to say the same thing. I was going to cut him off totally, and I was going to say honorable mention for underrated. I missed Overwatch 1 because their loot box system was the best in any game ever.
Bullshit.
Okay, what game are you thinking of?
Well,
are you thinking of Black Ops 3?
I'm thinking of both Black Ops 3 and Rocket League. The issue with the Rocket League, you have to pay for it. But it's all cosmetic.
Okay, fair.
Black Ops 3 was actually guns.
Black Ops 3 was nice because you could get it all for free over time, and they ran special weekends where like you're guaranteed a weapon or whatever. Like they were really fair about it, and it was really good. Overwatch 1, actually, Advanced Warfare might be better, slightly. And I'll tell you why in a second.
I like the Advanced Warfare's.
Overwatch 1 was purely cosmetic. There's nothing else in it. They were absolutely free. You got one for every level. Eventually, they made it to where they had an arcade games playlist. And per week, you could play 9 games, win or loss, if I remember correctly. And there were certain rewards. For each tier you got, I believe you got a loot box. And you would earn themed loot boxes for each season. So say that you're playing during Halloween, you'd earn Halloween loot boxes for every loot box you earn. So those high-priced cosmetics that would otherwise cost you a ton of money, they were mostly free. That game was mostly free. Now you look at Overwatch 2, you can't get a cosmetic without spending like $30.
There is.
I'm kind of sad they killed their game the way they did.
I
liked Overwatch 1.
There is loot boxes in Overwatch 2. They brought them back, but they're not nearly as good.
Yeah, I keep
they're
forgetting
they're not nearly as the same.
I haven't played Overwatch 2 much since it released.
Blizzard killed that game.
They did.
Yeah, I was so excited for it too. I'm like, wow, they're gonna change so much. No, they just took stuff out.
The one thing that I still never forgive them. I still bring it up to this day because I like the characters. I wanted the story mode for Overwatch. They promised the story mode for Overwatch 2, and then they launched Overwatch 2 without a story mode. After they promised a story mode and said, no, we'll give you the story mode. Still gonna be free though, eventually later on. And then they brought out story missions. And said, actually, you have to buy the missions. They're not free anymore. They just completely lied to you. You told me you're going to give me a free campaign, and you're charging me for, like, they're not even, like, campaign missions. They're, like, half-ass missions that I have to pay for. Like, what? Like, what do you mean? But Overwatch would do so well for single-player story because the characters have so much good lore. It's a whole side tangent I don't want to get into.
No, I totally agree with you.
And this all comes from loot boxes, baby.
This came from loot boxes from Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned both of them. Star Wars Battlefront 1. It did some things better than Battlefront 2. some things worse than Battlefront 2. The way they did the heroes, adding heroes, garbage. They came out with a season pass that was like $50 to get all the extra heroes they were coming out with after launch. And obviously, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I bought it. But like,
they suckered me right.
First
in.
off, dude,
Hook, line, and sinker.
they gave
baby.
me a bunch of heroes. Like, they gave me a bunch of characters that were like side characters. Like, they added Neen Numb, which
I don't
most
even know who that is.
he's got he's a character. He's in episode 6. He's in the new movies. Let me get up a picture of him. They added him as a playable character. They added this random people, bro.
Oh,
He looks
yeah.
kind of like a monkey.
You just gotta add filler, brother.
But like, they literally added filler. They added Greedo, who is a character who has like 5 seconds of screen time. He gets killed by Han Solo in A New Hope, like in 2 seconds.
yeah, but it's one of the most controversial moments ever in cinema history.
Like for the DLC, they added Lando and they added Chewie, main characters. But like for the heroes, are like a bunch of no ones. And then they added Bosk, which people know Bosk. But then Dengar. No one knows who Dengar is. I know who Dengar is because I watched the Clone Wars. But like,
I know who Dengar is because I play the Star Wars mobile game.
yeah, I was saying, like,
I know who Luke is.
they added like a bunch of no ones. Battlefront 1, the heroes, they had a shit ton of health. They felt powerful. They feel like you were genuinely playing a main character from the universe, which was really cool. And then a feature that did not translate to the second game, I don't know why. You could lightsaber clash with Luke and Vader. They were the only 2 lightsaber wielders in the game. And if you used they had these both like heavy attacks. If you used it at the same time each other, you would lightsaber clash, and you would have the button spam. Whoever would win the duel. Super cool.
I did know that. That sounds.
I don't know why Battlefront 2 didn't keep that. Maybe because they had too many lightsabers characters. I'm not sure.
Well, it probably created a pretty unfair advantage because how do you do that without locking them in at God mode health without making it unfair to the rest of the people in the game?
It makes sense, but it just like the game was so good and bad at the same time.
And that's why it's on my list.
I do like that they did do it. One of the DLCs was a Rogue One DLC because that movie had just came out when this game came out. Jin, Urso, and Director Krennic as characters, which is actually pretty cool because they tied into the movie.
There's no way. When did Battlefront 2 come out?
Battlefront, the original Battlefront 1, the EA one, came out in 2015. No, wait,
I have 2016 written down.
It might have been 2016 because I think Force Awakens came out in 2015 because it did.
But I thought Rogue... Is that movie that old?
Rogue One came out in 2016.
I just aged the
That makes you
crap
feel
out of
old.
The
myself.
movie's almost 10 years old, but like,
Holy crap. That felt like it came out like 5 years ago.
and Battlefront, I think the original Battlefront 1 came out, I think it was late 2015 because Battlefront 2 came out in 2017.
We're getting old, boys.
I know.
Yeah.
It came, okay.
Even my memory's starting to go.
Yep. November.
Back in my day.
So the original Battlefront by EA came out in 2015, and then they supported it up until November or late 2016, and then in February of the next year, 2017, is when Battlefront 2 came out.
Well, I'll be.
I know. It was on my list, and he knows way more about it than I do.
Yeah, right.
I bought both those games on launch.
Was it on your list too?
No, I didn't even think about those games. I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of surprising.
I thought about the original Battlefront 1, not 2. 2 is very popular. 2 is beloved. I thought about putting Battlefront 1, the original one, on there, but I said nah, because I put a different older game on there that I played a lot.
Okay, so on that
what
note,
you got next?
yeah, what is on
I
the
have
list?
2. I want to talk about both of them. I might mention because Christian mentioned his.
Throw it out there real quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna
We
mention.
are kind of running low on time,
Okay.
so kind of lighten it
So
up.
the second one I want to talk about more. The first one, Seth's gonna love this one. Seth's gonna agree. I know Seth's gonna love this one. I don't know about you, but on this list, I did have The Evil Within. One,
Great game. Was it underrated though?
I think the first one was,
I don't know, because when it came out, it was really popular.
but no one talks about that game.
No one talks about it now. That's fair. I think the second one's better.
To be fair, how old is the game? Like, who would beat
2014, 15? Is it 15?
I think it was
Okay.
15 or 16.
I'm willing to believe you. I'm sure it is.
There's not a lot of games that people
I love-
talk about that are 10 years old, though.
I love the Evil Within. I will admit I've never beaten the first game.
It's
Siege.
pretty good. Yeah, Siege,
other games we're talking about.
Siege or Minecraft.
There you go.
Timeless games.
I'll be honest, I haven't played it.
So good.
The name value behind it is enough to go, I know it's a good game.
Yeah.
But it's also the same to go, I know it's not a game I would play.
I like the second one more. That doesn't mean the first one's not excellent. It is absolutely a landmark in gaming in my eyes. But you are correct. People don't talk about it as much as they should. I will admit that.
That was like my lightning round one. My other underrated game is Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game of the movie from 2005. It was a movie tie-in game to the Peter Jackson King Kong that came out in 2005. That game is one of the best movie tie-in games I have ever played. It could possibly be better than the movie.
Never heard of it.
I genuinely love that game, and I will admit to this day I have actually never played the full thing from back.
It's so good.
But I can't even tell you because my older brother played it, and we shared a memory card. So what I would do is I would select the chapters where you play specifically as King Kong, and I had it down pat. I knew where every single enemy was going to come from, so I'd get them before they could even exit their little spawn area. It was insane.
I think it was super cool because it was actually, it did not follow the same story of the movie. Like, it started out actually funny enough. It opens up with a scene straight from the movie of Jack Black's character in New York. It literally ripped straight from the movie.
So there were actually in between each chapter, they would play a little cinematic that was from the movie.
Yes.
They would.
But like then they changed the story in the game. Like a character in the game dies in the game completely different way than he dies in the movie.
That was the game that taught me how much I love animation in game. And like grabbing like the cinematic of like you ripping open the T-Rex's jaws or having multiple velociraptors on you. You gotta like rip them off. It's cool.
One thing I like about the game is it was two different games at the same time.
Yes.
Because one, you played as Jack, and it was a survival horror game. You're a human.
Survival horror is correct.
You're a human in this world trying to fight off velociraptors and stuff, and you gotta hide behind walls, and you have to like try to navigate the environment. And the best part about the entire game,
it's actually a puzzle game too.
Yeah, there's a puzzle game. There's no HUD, so you don't know how much ammo.
It's entirely immersive.
Yes, the only way to find how much ammo you have is to click a button, and your character will be like, "I'm low on mags." You don't know how many bullets he has. You just know he's low on ammo. It doesn't tell you how much ammo you have. So you could be in the middle of fighting a velociraptor, and then you're out of ammo.
God,
and you got to just run. And then it would switch over to, in between missions, you play as King Kong, protecting Anne, and it was a kind of like a God of War type game where you beat 'em up game where you beat up the T-Rexes and all the other stuff. And it was just so cool how it would switch perspectives of this survival horror to this beat 'em up game. It was such a good game.
Well, just playing as King Kong was so epic too. It was so good.
Dude, like when you beat an enemy and then he'd pound his chest and do the beat his chest and do the roar.
I truly believe the way you guys are describing this and the fact that I've never heard about it before. You guys could totally just be screwing with me right now and just like
this.
I've never heard of a King Kong
have this game.
Literally never.
I have the 360 version of this game on my bookshelf at home because I know I can play it backwards compatible, and there will be a time, probably tonight, that I go home and download it because we just talked about it. I love that game.
I have that game. I bought the game digitally on the. I had to turn on my 360 because you can't buy it on the Xbox store anymore.
You're able to buy it digitally? I thought you had to actually get it on disc.
I think you can buy it digitally if you buy it on
Don't you have it on disc though?
I might. I can't remember. But
that's not an answer.
But I think I have it digitally now because I think you had to go on like the Xbox website or
you
Xbox 360.
Yeah,
you had like boot up my 360. I had to do the same thing for Left 4 Dead. You had to boot up my 360 to buy it on there.
It's so crazy to think now that all those games that you could do that with before are just lost.
I know.
Because the 360 online servers are shut down. You can't access anything on it anymore.
No, you can't.
Gone.
Good thing I bought Left 4 Dead 2 when I did.
You didn't know about that, really?
No. When did that happen?
That was probably a year or two ago.
Oh.
Remember when Halo Reach servers went down on 360?
This King Kong game though, like no one ever talks about it. And honestly, I think I love the game so much because of that King Kong Peter Jackson movie. One of my favorite movies all the time. It's a long movie. It's like a 3.5 hour movie. I probably watched the movie 20, 30 times. I'm not even joking. I used to watch this movie on repeat. There was a day I watched it like 4 times in a row, just back to back watching this movie.
Okay, so I have better information. The Xbox 360 marketplace and its store in general officially shut down July 29th, 24.
Oh, so is it,
You can still play games online, it sounds like. And it looks like their online servers are actually online. But I know Halo Reach's servers are not
Halo
online.
servers are down because Halo 3 servers are down. Halo Reach servers are down.
I think that's partially because they moved to the Master Chief.
You think Halo 4 servers are down?
I would guess so, yeah.
I thought Halo 4 was a cross-gen title.
Yeah. Oh, is it actually cross? You can play like with players on 360 while playing on the newer generations? I don't think that's true.
I just meant like it released on both, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, wrong.
Did it not release on Xbox One?
Find the answer.
Oh, wait, no, I think Halo 5 was the...
Halo 5 was your first, because that was a Xbox One flagship
You're right,
title.
you're right.
Yep.
You just got gamered, bro.
I did.
You got out gamered.
Shut the hell up.
I had the special edition version of Halo 4. Did you know that? I got like a really cool cover for it and everything. It was like gray and blue. It was awesome.
I can't remember who it has, but I know someone has the console. I've seen the console before.
No, Halo 4 did not have an Xbox One original release. It released as part of the Master Chief.
It came out pretty close to Xbox
It was,
One.
yeah. It was one of the last Xbox titles to come out before the
I think it came out in
Xbox
2014 or 2013.
2013 tracks, because 2013 was also the release year of the Xbox One. We're getting old, boys.
I know.
That was...
This whole thing was supposed to be like a happy nostalgia, and I'm sitting here like, shoot, married, have a house.
That's crazy to think about.
Almost 26 years old.
I can't even sit down to play video games without grunting. Like
I know.
Oh, I hate it.
All right. I'm signing us all up for some hot yoga.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, Seth, you
Bunch
got
of sweaty guys in a stinky room.
you got a speed round one, and then when you want to talk about
I do have a speed round one, and then an actual one that I want to talk about. We didn't mention it in the podcast, actually. No, wait. Which one do I want to do? Speed round one, Watch Dogs. I think that the first...
This was on my list.
Was it
originally?
actually?
I
Hell
took
yeah.
it off because I was like, I want to talk about
man.
Unity instead.
Man, Watch Dogs 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's not top 5, but it really is great.
I think Watch Dogs 1 is better than Watch Dogs 2.
That might be the first game I ever like fully 100%ed. I sat down and was like, I need to do all of this because this game is excellent.
Me and Seth used to play Watch Dogs 1 multiplayer all the time. I remember,
There's so many clips.
dude,
Oh my god.
I think my most infamous clip is I was chasing him around because so how the multiplayer would work is you would join someone's lobby and you would try to hack them, and you would have to fill this progress bar and then have to try to figure out where you were in the world hacking them. You have to be able to see them.
Yeah.
And I remember I was chasing Seth up these stairs at like at a train station. He was hiding behind a sign, and I was trying to shoot him. He was hiding behind the sign. He ran down the stairs, jumped over the railing. I jumped over after him, and it literally landed on top of him, and it killed him instantly. And like Assassin's Creed did him, dude.
I didn't know you could do
no.
that. I didn't know that.
Literally,
There's a whole animation. And
There's like
everything, and I was like, what?
It's literally like an Assassin's Creed reference. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Bro hacked me for a second.
It landed directly on top of him, instantly killed him.
I never got to experience the multiplayer of the games, but I think I snuck my Xbox to go, and my parents had a travel trailer, like a camper.
Yeah.
And they allowed us to like bring in like an N64 or something to like play. Well, I took my Xbox. So they weren't very happy about it, but we were supposed to be camping for like a week throughout the summer, and it was just pissing down the whole time. So being outside was miserable. So they were actually okay with me just sitting there playing games all day. I 100%ed both games over the course of a week.
Good. I like Watch Dogs 1 a lot more than Watch Dogs 2. A lot.
Watch Dogs 2 is good though.
It's good, but Watch Dogs 1, Aiden Pierce is a legendary protagonist.
I think the more realistic, more serious tone fits the universe more than the jokey tone of the second game.
Well, the first game, it's about a guy trying to get revenge for his nephew.
Yeah, because he was killed in like
it was a whole conspiracy theory thing too, where he's just a normal fixer in the middle of a bunch of other bullcrap, and the whole point was you can trust no one.
Yeah, and I think the whole someone like they killed his nephew in like a car accident.
Yes,
and he thought that it was intentional, so he was.
And it was. After you go through the whole story and everything, it becomes a whole conspiracy plot, and
so
but
sad.
Just Chicago is awesome.
A perfect setting.
Was awesome, especially lightning round. But I love that game so much.
So sad what they did to the rest of the game universe.
Yeah, I didn't play Watch Dogs Legion.
Legion is trash, dude.
Never played.
I wasn't able to.
That's probably one of the worst sequels to an amazing game series like I've ever played. I got like an hour in and I'm like, this isn't even Watch Dogs. There wasn't even a main character. You'd play random NPCs.
Which I think is a cool idea because it kind of reinforces the first game's idea, but in gameplay that feels really disjointed. So that was supposed to be the quick one. Hang on. I have a different one that I really want to talk about, and we kind of mentioned it before the podcast. Callisto Protocol.
That's so good.
Never played.
I don't know if you know this, but Dead Space is...
Never played.
Dead Space is one of my favorite game series of all time. Dead Space 3 wasn't great. The rest were awesome. Can't say it's underrated, though, because it is a very beloved series. The Callisto Protocol, people were so excited about it because of the hype behind Dead Space, but when it released, it was very underwhelming. It felt unfinished. But maybe that's because we were expecting one thing when it really was really another. It wasn't the tight corridor, the over-the-shoulder third-person shooter that Dead Space was, where you're trying to keep your distance. It's a melee-based survival game where story actually takes higher priority by far than the actual action, suspense, survival horror aspect.
The story was so good.
The story is immaculate, but the whole reason why that game released in a state that people weren't necessarily fond of was because the actual producer or developer, Crafton, the main guy in charge of that was like, hey, we need like 4 to 6 more months, however much longer. And they're like, nah. And then they made him release it in the state that it was, wrap everything up, got their timetable when it could have been a better game. But I don't think that makes it a bad game in the state it released in.
I really liked the game when I played it, honestly. I was like, this isn't bad. This is pretty good. It's not Dead Space, but, I still like it.
So I guess as someone that hasn't played it or really know about Dead Space either, do you actually understand what we're talking about with this?
Yes and no.
Okay,
I mean, I get, like, the Dead Space side of it. Like, I have a good idea. I've watched gameplay of Dead Space. Story-based games are not my forte.
Okay.
It's like that's a big portion. A lot of these games, they have a lot of meaning to you guys, and I'm just like,
that's fair.
Yeah, they don't hit home for me. I was the younger brother that watched my older brother play single player games. Like I've literally watched him play so many from start to finish. Like literally, he was my own personal what's the word for it?
Let's player.
Yeah.
Because I did the same with my older brother. He would I watched him play the original Resident Evil 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! And then I tried playing it myself, about shit myself during the first little bit. It's not that scary now, of course, but at the time it was like, oh.
I guess that makes sense why you feel that. See, in your situation, I was your brother. My little brother watched me play all the single player story games.
Same experience too.
So that's probably why it's different. Because I was the one that my brother was watching me play story games. He likes a lot more. I mean, he plays some story games. He's played a lot of PlayStation games on my PlayStation, but he plays a lot of he plays NBA. He plays not really story games. Plays Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Yeah, mine's definitely multiplayer based. I enjoy playing with friends, and when I do choose to play by myself, it's strategy based. So that's when you see me putting Civilization on my list, or even like a sports game. I mean, I still feel like that's even strategy.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I hopped on Xbox for a while there, I just kept seeing you always playing Balatro.
Yeah.
That was a really big one for a long time, and even now you play it on your phone, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Just in your free time.
I think I own that game on my phone on my Xbox, and I think I bought it on my Switch eventually.
So worth
The time I see him on now, he's playing Madden 26.
Yep.
Franchise mode, baby.
Hell yeah!
But,
I get why you are that way, because that's just not the games you played.
Yep.
Me and Seth played a lot of story games when we were younger.
But for anyone, you included, that doesn't really know much about Callisto Protocol, the premise is that your main character is a smuggler. He takes contraband back and forth. In this specific case, he's taking a package to a prison on Jupiter. Okay. In doing so, he ends up in some kind of convoluted plot where he crash lands because he had a stowaway. They take him into custody on the prison, wrongly, I might add. And then everything goes to hell, and it becomes a survival horror-esque game. But most of the gameplay is based around melee weapons, where you're dodging their melee attacks and then waiting for a pause so you can hit them back. It feels very slowed down. It doesn't feel very dynamic when you're playing, but after you get used to it, it's pretty satisfying.
Especially when you get the baton, you can upgrade it.
Yeah,
and just
that shock baton's badass.
Doesn't have to do with the underrated part. It had some pretty big stars in the game.
Josh Duhamel, Karen Fukuhara.
Yeah, I would say so for you, it has the main military guy from the first 3 Transformers films.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it has Karen Fukuhara, who
The Boys.
She plays Kamiko in The Boys.
Oh, okay.
So it had pretty big. I don't remember if there's.
I had never heard her speak before I played.
I know, right? Because she's silent in the TV show, and then she talks in the game.
I've seen a bunch of the press conferences and stuff they do with her. So
yeah,
I know what she sounds like.
I feel like there's another There's another big name in that game. I feel like I just can't think of it.
You're probably right. I can't place it, but I think it's the bad guy. The big guy.
It is the bad guy. Who plays the bad guy?
No, the way to get me to play all these single player games, same way that we did Outlast.
I would do that. I would 100% do that.
It's just the boys' night, and we take turns playing.
How to say? I got them. The main villain was Sam Witwer. Which he Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwicky? Bro, it's another guy from Transformers.
Sam Witwer, so he actually is in a lot of Star Wars stuff. He voices Maul in the Clone Wars, and he also voices Star Killer in the Force Unleashed games. That's how I knew him, because I was like, I know that guy.
Interesting.
I knew he's a Star Wars guy.
Wait, I thought the guy that voiced Maul in the Clone Wars was the same one that actually played their role in episode 1.
No, it's not. It's Sam Witwer.
But anyways,
This guy.
for our listeners out there, when we referenced how we played Outlast, when Outlast 2 came out, God, so long ago now, and that's painful.
It's got to be close to 10 years.
2017,
It's gotta be close.
8-ish years, 9-ish years. Cool. We all got together at my mom's house and spent the night and played through Outlast 1, which it turns out is not a very long game. And then we got back together again to play through Outlast 2. Now, that night was a lot of fun, but I got to play a lot less than I wanted to, because how we divvied it up, and this was really stupid, we divvied it up by objectives. So one person have objective like run away from this horde that's chasing after you. Next person get the objective that's like walk through this tunnel. You play for like 3 seconds. It's like, oh, hand the control over.
And for reference, I'm like the biggest wuss when it comes to horror games too. And for whatever reason, I kept getting the long sections.
Yeah.
And so Seth is sitting there dying, watching me having to play this, and I'm just being a bitch and moving so slow.
I'm sitting there chopping at the bit. I'm like, hey, the controller, I can do it. I can do it.
I like because I was involved with that one, but we did recently play Outlast 1 again with our other friend at his house.
We did. This is true.
I like the way we did it there, how we swapped off. I don't know how we
did it based on sections, because
Yeah.
we had played the game before, so I was able to be like, oh, this is probably a good place to swap. Because it's like, I mean, the first game is split up in pretty good chunks. Like, now you're in the main corridor part where you're looking for the security key card, and now you do this, and then you go to the next area, and now you're in the basement. Switch.
You lost some fingers. Switch.
You saw a guy's butt out. Switch.
you saw a lot more than that.
A little more than that, yeah. Alrighty, boys. I think, unless you guys want to lightning round like 1 or 2 more, and actually lightning round, just name, because I have some more on my list.
I'll do movie.
Okay, we each do 1 movie. How about that? Because I've got a movie.
I've also got a movie.
I don't got a movie, so you guys go first.
Hey, what you got for us, Seth?
Okay, my movie is Until Dawn.
Hey,
got Okay, look. I watched it. I'm not saying it's great, but the premise actually does make sense to me now. When it was being teased, the whole time resets when you die thing, I think it's a little jab at like how players play it. My character died, reload the save. But like as a horror movie by itself and as an actual movie, it was pretty okay. I'm not gonna say the main premise was super great. Peter Stormare reprising any kind of role was really good because I just love him. It was good. It was good. I think by the time you get to the end, it's very satisfying to be like, okay, I'm done now.
My movie, I've talked about it before. It's in my top 5 movie list, and it's just not well known. And a lot of people that read the book like the book more. Never read the book, so I don't care what they say. Perks of being a
I
wallflower.
knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
It's easily in my top 5, no questions asked. I'm kind of sad that Ezra Miller's the person that he is now,
Yeah.
but I loved him in the movie. I love Emma Watson, and
I can't think of Charlie's actual name, but
there's 2 actors, they look exactly alike.
Yes.
I can't tell you. It's him and the guy that plays in The Maze Runner.
yeah, you're right.
Shit, that might be the same person.
It's not. I promise it's not.
But they look exactly alike. But I love all of them.
Well,
they're amazing actors and actresses.
You brought up Perks of Being a Wallflower, and immediately I was like, that's not underrated. And I'm like, but it is niche. It is one of those things that
If you didn't read the book in high school, because it's not a requirement.
Never read it, never watched it.
You've never watched it?
Oh.
You would love. I think you would like it. Anyways. You might get bored, I guess. It's got a weird. It's very chill. I think you would like it.
It's just like high school and a kid trying to fit
It's
in. And
coming of age story. Yeah.
It's a coming of age, and it's
But it
struggling with like a lot of shit mentally.
It tells a really deep story though, and it really just shows how hard he's dealing with these things as an outcast.
And I would say it's underrated. And maybe not the actual ratings it got, because I think the ratings are actually pretty decent.
I just think it's a small group that it reached.
Yeah, exactly.
I did come up with a movie. I kind of already mentioned it. No one ever talks about it. Peter Jackson's King Kong 2005, the movie. I already saw how much I love the movie, but like
I already told you the game doesn't exist, and now you're telling me there's a movie.
yes, and this
was a movie tie-in.
I don't know what it was about when I was younger, and I just watched this film, and it has Jack Black in it. But
I don't think I can do his movies anymore.
It's so
That movie was totally different though, because he was like legitimately lost himself in the role. That is a movie where he acted insanely.
Yeah, it was.
You're misunderstanding. This is 2005 Jack Black. You said.
Yeah, but
it's not
No.
Jack Black.
No. Right, that's when the movie came out. Early Jack Black, in my opinion, good.
Okay.
But sticking him as like Bowser and
Minecraft movie,
or Steve in the Minecraft movie, but like putting him in these roles, I don't like it.
No. He acted his heart out in this film.
The thing is, it's not a Jack Black movie. You would never be able to look at this and say, "Oh, that's Jack Black," other than knowing it's Jack Black.
But like, I know this film, I think it's pretty underrated because a lot of people criticize the film because of the runtime. It's a 3-hour runtime.
For 2005, that's a long movie.
Yes, I think one of my favorite things about the film is it's set during like 1930s New York, and that's just, and then because like I think it's like half an hour of the film is in New York. The other 2.5 hours is on like Skull Island.
There's stuff happening all the time. Like
yes,
there's no film.
And it's literally I hate to say this, but like a survival horror film. Like they're trying to survive this island. There is so much stuff they have never seen before. All these crazy creatures and stuff you've never seen before. Like the way they explore.
It's almost Lovecraftian how they deliver it. It's really good.
Yes, like think of the log scene after they go down there, and all those bugs that come out and just start crawling all over them.
You mean like the ravine that they're in? Yeah.
Yes, after they fall, the infamous log scene, they fall all the way down, and they all wake up, and they have all these just creepy, crawlies, giant it's like 7 foot fucking caterpillars crawling all over them, and just like the one how it suffocates the dude by his head, and so it's just like
it's terrible.
It's terrifying. These guys are trying to
way to go.
Or like I'm thinking about the one scene when they're running from the brontosauruses because the brontosaurus are being chased, and they're running and they're trying not to get stomped on, and they're just running for their life, and you have these raptors running after the monsters, and then the entire time you have to worry about the islanders, the Skull Island people. They are no joke. They do not want you on this island. They will kill you.
On that note, have you ever seen the extended version?
Don't know if I have. I mean, I may have once or twice.
We owned it. We found it at Walmart or something like that. And it doesn't add a lot, but some of the scenes from that are some of my favorites.
Really?
Like there's a scene with the Triceratops. And it's just them like skirting around like, oh hey, easy. There's another one where they're like the raft scene where they're actually going across the water. There's a monster. There's a dinosaur in the water, and it goes through a whole thing where it kills off some of the fodder. Little things here and there that don't ultimately impact the film too much, but enough to where it's like, wow, that was really cool.
I just like the whole vibe of the island, especially like with the islanders, the Skull Island people, how they sacrifice to King Kong. That's super cool to me. They literally sacrifice their own people to King Kong like once a year or something, and he I don't know what he does with the people. The whole premise of the film is that there is rumors of this island, Skull Island, and Jack Black's character, he is a filmmaker, and he wants to make the greatest film ever. He wants to become this giant filmmaker. He's like, if I get footage of this rare island that allegedly doesn't exist or might exist, I could make it big. And then they get to the island, it just becomes a survival horror.
It seems good.
You would like it, I think.
I think you would really like it. Our band director knew how obsessed I was with King Kong that at my graduation party, she brought me a DVD copy of the King Kong film.
I was so overwhelmingly obsessed with this movie too when I was younger. Mind you, this is a 2005 film, so I was young when I saw it. My dad used to record our Christmas opening presents in the morning, and I was King Kong this Christmas, right? I decided that I was going to be barbaric with opening my presents. There's footage out there somewhere of me ripping open my present, taking the wrapping paper out, and slamming it on the table as hard as I could. And you just hear me go, ouch. I'm like, rah, ouch.
That's funny.
Yeah, very silly. But I think that's all we got for you today, folks. How do you guys feel? Feel like we did some justice here?
I'd say so.
I feel like people are gonna start playing some Suicide Squad.
I gotta hope so. The servers are not up, but they got shut down too. Did you know that?
Dude, I don't keep up with server shutdowns.
Well, let me
Apparently.
one last tidbit of info. When did
The people got to go check out Alien vs. Predator 2010.
Squad.
Just saying.
Apparently, I need to just go sit in the corner and play my NFL head coach 09 because that has no servers. I just play by myself. I have to do that to keep it going.
Hey, they didn't shut down. I'm sorry. I was incorrect. I thought it did. For some
You're
reason.
wrong.
Actually, they're still up.
Yeah, there's now an offline mode. That's what I misunderstood.
Not including offline mode at launch was actually a bad choice, but just saying.
I have been your host, Seth, joined by Christian
Goodbye, everybody.
and Cole.
Goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
Hopefully you go and try some of these things out for yourself, and if you enjoy them, let us know in comments or whatever we might have. See you later.
Bye.
And cut. And I cut you off, Christian.
No,
You
I'm
want to
good.
say your goodbye?
I already did.
Say it again.
I don't want to.
Do it.
Goodbye, everybody.
And cut. Oh my! You gotta say and cut again because I said it. Well, you said it.
Ah! And cut.